They can fill in the back, and you guys can be the good kids in class and sit in the front. Anyways, that's all of my wonderful announcements. Thanks for coming. Happy Sunday. Take it, Jesse.
Amazing. Look like the water warm up a little bit, huh? It's nice out there right now, right? Man, it was cold. Good morning. Welcome to church. I am Jesse Lee Peterson. You can get involved by going to our YouTube chat line, and Hate will get your questions and comments to me. Thank you so much for being with me. Thank you all for being here today. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Happy New Year again. Oh, did you guys hear the Anchor Baby show? Anybody hear it?
Mm-hmm.
Who heard it? Oh, okay. How was it?
It was good.
And what did you like about it?
Well, he's growing into it. He was good. It was Nick.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to seeing how he's going to progress in the show.
Was it different than what you thought it would be?
Totally different than what I thought it was.
What were you thinking?
I thought it was going to be more based on when he fills in for you, but it wasn't at all. It was Nick.
Yeah.
And,
Which one you like best? The way when he feels in me or Nick?
It's going to take time to grow into how Nick is doing his show.
Oh, okay.
You know, I can't judge him on what he's doing because I only saw when he used to fill in for you.
Right.
So now I'm going to have to watch him, and you know, I thought the show was great for his first time.
Yeah. Did you hear him curse?
No, not really.
When he was on the street. Oh, yeah. And somebody told him to put a mask on?
Yes,
And
but
he
that
said-
was just a video that
He
he played.
said, I'm not going to put on that S. I told you he'll curse.
His vices will be taken away.
I know. He is a millennial, and all millennials tend to curse. Well,
Yes.
good.
Yeah.
Did you say you heard it? Hold on.
Notice I've never cursed on the show.
No, you didn't
just
curse
say-
during your show.
No, your show, the JLP show.
Oh, my show, yeah.
Just to be fair.
So what did you think about it?
I thought it went really well. I liked the guitar playing. Congratulations on your show. It was really laid back and calm, relaxed.
What? Somebody said
was-
something?
Oh,
my-
sorry.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. Yeah, I thought it went well. It was really calm and relaxed.
Were you expecting a different kind of a show?
I don't think I had any expectations at all.
Had you seen him sitting in for me?
Yeah, I
to guess
did.
it?
I
Did you
did.
think it would be something like that?
No, I don't think I really had any expectations.
Okay. Right on.
Yeah.
I heard that Maze call in. I was surprised. What did you think of it?
I liked how relaxed he was, and he had a really positive attitude, and he was really happy to be there, and grateful to hear all the comments and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you surprised he played the guitar and all that?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you sing too?
I don't know. We'll find out.
Maybe.
Tune in.
I mean, all I caught was he was talking about the chestnut tree and how some insect caused a virus in the
Asian
tree.
insect.
Right. It was
Oh.
Asian.
No less.
So kind of like brought up what's going on right now with the virus and stuff.
Amazing. I think he's that Julio Iglesias guy. Y'all know that? That's how you say his name?
Henry Churches in English.
Julio Iglesias. I said it right there, right?
Yes, you did.
Amazing. Yeah. The one thing I do want when these guys get their own shows, that I want them to be themselves. I don't want them to be me or Haig or anyone. It's best when you are yourself. And so that's why this year we're telling men and women, be your own man. Let the talent and the personality that God gave you work, because when people see that, they see the light of God at work. You're not pretending. And people can tell when you're pretending because you have the personality of someone else, and they can totally see that. So we'll see what happens. It's going to be interesting. Anybody here for the first time? Okay, nice. Tell us your name and how did you hear about us?
Good morning. My name's
Morning.
Evie, and I'm here with Marcy. She invited me, and we've known each other for years.
Right on.
Yes, good friend, very good friend.
Right on. Well, welcome. Have you heard any of the shows or anything?
Yes.
And any question about them or anything?
No. I'm,
Oh, okay.
I'm
Any
understood.
disagreements?
No, not at all.
Okay.
I
Well,
like
welcome.
your format. That's why I'm here.
Right on. Thank
Yes.
you. I appreciate it. Who else over here? Okay, right here. What's your name and how did you hear about us?
My name's Connor, and my friend showed me a video on YouTube. He's speaking. Yeah.
Welcome, man.
Yeah. Thank you.
Any question about anything?
No.
Connor is such a white name, huh? Can you see me walk around? My name is Connor. It wouldn't fit. Nice. Any questions, disagreements, or agreements about anything?
No, I think I agree with most things you say. But
All right, welcome, man.
yeah, thank you.
All right. Over here.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Name's KT.
I can't believe KT is here after 100 years. You live in Virginia,
Not
right?
that old. Yeah, no, actually not Virginia, close to Virginia.
Right.
Maryland.
Well, welcome finally,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, glad to be here.
Any questions or anything about anything?
No, just here with my wife, Nicole, and my little son. He'll be 4 soon.
Right on.
And my other, he'll be 1 actually next month.
So you made boys first.
Made boys first.
Y'all know what they say about that.
Arrest my case.
Real men make boys first. Well,
Yeah.
welcome, man.
Yeah, glad to be here. Glad
right.
to be here.
What's your name again?
Nicole.
You finally made it, Nicole.
Yes. It's nice to
Welcome.
be here.
Is this your first time in LA?
Yes.
Oh, what a bad time to come.
Yeah.
LA used to be beautiful.
Yeah.
It used to be clean and palm trees and nice weather and opportunity.
Yeah.
Now it's become a hellhole. But at least you made it to the hellhole. Welcome.
Thank you.
You heard some of the shows or anything?
Oh, yeah.
Any questions or comments about it?
No questions.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for coming.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, amazing. So I want to know, have you noticed that there is no love in the world today? There is no love. The word love exists, but there is no real love. There's this false ego love, but there is no real love. And people say, "Oh, I love you," and when they get their ego hurt, you hurt their feelings or you disagree, and the ego pain come. That fake love is out the window. You see it in relationships, familyships, friendships, but you think that that's real love, right? It's not real love, because real love never changes. Real love doesn't judge, it doesn't get angry. It always have compassion for everyone, your enemies, your friend, or anyone, right? No matter what, it cannot change. But that fake love, which is all ego, it switches off and on just like that because it's not the real deal. I love you as long as you make me feel important. You make me special, you make me feel good. But as soon as you disagree or correct, it is over. And a whole lot of friendships are ending that way, and familyships are ending. It's a mess. And what really made me think about this is I'm working with a family right now who went into their daughter's bedroom and found her dead. Is she all right? What the? And they were shocked that she killed herself. And the reason she killed herself because her friends turned on her. she's in 11th or 12th grade, something like that. And so she overreacted to that. She was shocked by it. And she overreacted, according to the parents. And she killed herself. And that's what happens when you're shocked by situations. You're not supposed to be shocked, because a quick shock calls for a quick reaction. Say to jump on you. It's like you walk into the parking lot, or you lay down let's say you're at the market, and you put your cell phone down on the counter to pay the bill. And then you get out to your car, and all of a sudden you realize, oh, I don't have my cell phone. And you're shocked that you don't have it, right? And you start looking around and running and calling the police, and because you forget where you put it. And then you overreacting. And one quick shock reaction call for another one, and another one, and another. Next thing you know, you're in hell. And then you go into the store, did you see my phone? Did you see my phone? And then the clerk said, oh yeah, there it is right there, you left on the counter. Oh. Have you ever seen anything like in your life? You overreacted like that? You were shocked by a situation? Yeah. You gotta be aware enough when you're not shocked, because every shock is an overreaction. When you're overreacting, Satan calls for, he'll give you something else to think about right away. Really. So you gotta be aware so you're not shocked by anything. And as a result of this family daughter killing herself, when the mother walked into the room and found her daughter dead, she was shocked by that. And of course, if you're not aware, you walk into a bedroom, your child is dead. It's going to be some kind of reaction, but you need to be aware, right? And now the mother thinks her life is worth dying. She doesn't want to live because of the shock of seeing her daughter dead, finding her daughter dead. So you all got to be aware. You got to rise above this lower level of consciousness and be in the light of God. So you need to practice being aware at all times, when times seem good and when times seem bad, because they're really both imposters. They're not real. And only by the light of God will you see all this and you'll be aware. Where was I yesterday? I saw a woman walking down the street with her dog, and she was in her cell phone. Just walking down the street in her cell phone, wasn't looking up, wasn't looking around her or anything. And I'm like, wow, and the dog was just leading her. You know what I'm saying? The dog was leading, but she was in the cell phone. I'm like, look at her. She could get robbed right now. Someone could walk up and knock her out and everything because she's so unconscious. You must come back to consciousness, because this world is an evil, evil world. And in the world, there is no love. It's all fake love. None of your family members and friends and co-workers and associates, they don't love you. It's all a pretense. Relationship, marriage and husbands and wives, they don't love one another. Look what happens as soon as the wife get mad at the husband or the husband get mad at the wife. They want to kill you. You're the same person, but they ready to end it all because they don't have the real love. There is a real love, and the ego is not the real love, and the ego runs deep. And so I wish this family well. The mother is kind of thinking about the overreaction, and she's now doing the silent prayer. The father seemed to be handling it pretty good. I can tell that he, hurt by it and stuff like that. But the mother overreacted. You got to stop overreacting. Don't be shocked by anything. And if you find yourself shocked, come out of it. So that Satan won't. Like when you're in the shock, he'll wake up his other little demon just kind of laying around with nothing to do. And while you're overreacting to a shock, Satan will say, oh, come on, throw some more on this person. They say, you want to jump off the ocean. So practice being in the present at all times. It's not hard work. It's just you practice being aware, all right? Because it's an evil world out there. And you don't have real familyships and friendships. There are people who are waking up, though, around this world. I talk to them all the time, so there are people who are waking up. I want to deal with the biblical question for last week. How many thoughts do you get per day? Anybody paid attention to that this week? Yeah? Only one person? So y'all forgot to pay attention to how many you get? You did. How many, and then I come here. How many thoughts do you get per day?
So initially, when you asked the question last week, I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, how, you can't put a number on the amount of thoughts. But then throughout the week, when I thought about it, I'm like, okay, it's the not me that's having the thoughts. So me, actually, 0. I don't have any thoughts, because
Okay.
it's the me that's not me. What you talk about, the not you inside, the not me, infinity and beyond with thoughts. So you couldn't put a number on it. But when I really thought about it, I'm like, I actually don't have any thoughts. But I'm glad, because I'm aware of it.
Yeah. So what you realize from it is that the real you don't have thoughts. The ego does.
Yeah.
Not you. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
But I do have a question.
Yes.
When you say all thoughts are all lies all the time, aren't there thoughts that are just thoughts that aren't good, bad, or lies? They're just thoughts, like
Like what, for example?
like memories or
Of the way we were
ideas,
before?
Like well, if
Remember
you,
that song? Memory of the way we were.
Yeah, like me thinking over the week, thinking about the biblical question, those thoughts. They
Oh, I
weren't
see.
Not necessarily good or bad, just the thought process of thinking about, how many, because like I said, initially, if you would have asked it right then and there and I would have answered, I would have been like, oh, I can't put a number on the amount of thoughts.
Yeah.
But the process of me thinking about it, aren't those like thoughts that are just thoughts, not a lie, not bad, not good, just thoughts?
Yes, I mean, don't hold on to them though.
Right.
When we have like church service and we say all thoughts are lies, you hear that word, right? Right away, Satan will get busy with that to intellectually remind you of that, right?
Right.
And so you'll be learning intellectually and not from the Spirit of God. And so that's why you should always leave your glass empty. When you hear good things or bad things, don't hold on to anything, because Satan will pretend to be God even with that.
Right.
And he will make you think you understand it when you don't. And so when a situation happens, right away you're in your head believing the thoughts. So if it comes, just notice it and let it pass. Don't hold on to
I've
it.
been practicing that.
Nice.
And it's amazing.
Amazing. Nice. Hassan, you said you remembered to do that, to watch all week?
Yeah.
And how did it go for you?
I think it was a very good exercise, because every time I thought about thinking, I was thinking about thinking, it stopped me from thinking.
Yeah.
It brought me just back to being aware, and it's a good exercise because by thinking about it, you're staying aware and you're not letting yourself drift out.
Amazing.
So, yeah.
Were you surprised to see so many thoughts going by? Or did you already know that?
I knew it, but it definitely helped to have the assignment this week to bring me back and to notice it all.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Amazing. And you were aware of that? Did you have your hand?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was aware, but I was more like aware of how much the thoughts that I was having, it was coming always from the past or the future, and every time I had a thought, it was because I wasn't present in the moment, and
Yeah.
I needed to it's not that I needed to, but it's just like because I didn't did it all the way through every time, but when I decided to see my thoughts, it was like, okay, I need to be in the present. It's just I need to just be here. It doesn't matter.
And were there times when you would forget to be aware of them?
Yes,
Yeah.
I'll forget. Like you
And so
said.
you were having some while you're forgetting to be aware.
Yeah,
They
like
were
you said,
coming.
I will maybe hear something shocking, like you said, and it was like, oh, wait, what? Like, because my due date is coming soon. So I'm like having a lot of thoughts about that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so, and everything people is saying or things that I'm hearing around, whatever,
Yeah.
you hear things. And I'm doing these classes, this to prepare yourself for childbirth and stuff.
Yeah.
And they're saying things and it just shocks you and it makes you think and you're forgetting that you're thinking. And you're just in like a loop, like hypnotized, and then you get out of the
Absolutely.
thoughts and you're like in another world.
Absolutely.
That's how it felt for me. But it helped me when I had to catch myself, or I remember to catch myself.
Yeah.
It helped me to just come back to the present. Like, okay, this is what it is. It's whatever,
Yeah.
But yeah.
Amazing. Anybody else over here? You paying attention to that this week? Right here.
Yeah, I noticed that there are a lot. They're just come, but I know that they're not mine. They don't come from me. I don't have any control over them coming.
Right.
I just see them and, watch them, and then that's it. So, but there are a lot, and they can be from, going in the kitchen to get them water to, taking my daughter to work or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And-
It's amazing, huh?
yeah.
Did it help you to see that in any way?
I mean,
Other
I was,
than knowing
I was
that it
already
wasn't you?
aware anyway. I knew it was the case, but when you asked originally, I was like, yeah, of course there are a lot that come. I don't know the number. I know it could probably be 1,000 a day.
Yeah.
But after a couple days ago, it hit me to like, it's really not me that's even, conjuring up the thoughts or anything like that.
Right on.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
How about you? Did you pay attention to thoughts this week? You were here last week, right? Oh, you were not here last week. Is this your first time here? Oh, okay. Were you here last week? Oh. Y'all look like the same couple. No, that? You guys were not here last week?
2 weekends ago, I think.
Oh, was it 2 weeks ago? Wow, already, huh? Oh, okay. That's amazing. I knew I had seen them together before recently. Oh, okay. Anybody else paying attention to that? Okay. Here's what I want to know. How many of you feel that the world is against you? How many of you feel that the world is against you? Okay, nice. You feel that the world is against you?
I don't.
He had a hand in the back. Did you have your hand about that?
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't feel it. I know it.
That the world is against you?
Sure.
And how do you know that?
Because I'm of God and the world is not.
Give me an example of what you mean by that.
You walk out into the street and you see advertisements all the time, and advertisements are generally trying to take us away from God and what He wants for us. I could name examples of them, but just look at any billboard. Pretty much it's trying to take you toward what the enemy wants. And if you're of God, you have to constantly realize that that's an attack on your spirit.
Right. And so you feel that the world is against you through advertisement and things like that, right?
All
and
kinds
other
of
things as
all
well.
kinds of things. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Did your kids go back to school, or your son?
Yeah, that was the next thing that came to my mind. Yeah, I'm dealing with that right now, brand new issue, which is that this quarter, I found out they're going to be teaching sexual education in the middle school, and that's a California law now, that they are teaching sexual education in the middle schools now.
And so what grade is that, your son?
My son's in 7th grade.
Oh, so 7th grade is middle school?
6th, 7th, and 8th.
Oh, okay. That's amazing. So you can't take him out, huh?
No, but most parents don't know, but you are, by state law, you're allowed to do what's called an opt-out and have your kid removed from this type of class. There's paperwork that has to be filed, but anyway, that's the battle of the month right now in my kids' school.
Did you go down and do that? Put in the paperwork?
I've sent it in, yeah, and they've acknowledged that they received it. There's a lot of different aspects to it, as I'm realizing. There are many things within the government schools that you can opt out of. So I'm actually trying to get a little bit more deeper on what those options are,
Right on.
and try to do the right thing. So yeah.
Nice. Okay. So you feel that the world is against you? You believe that the world is against you?
I believe it, yeah.
And who in the world is against you?
Like who?
Well,
It's not necessarily a person. It's just like he was saying. Just there's so many things that go against your morals and that are of the world. I was just having a conversation with my buddies. We were just talking about that. How you feel like when you realize, when you kind of wake up, you feel like you're in a simulation. You feel like you're in this weird video game world.
Yeah.
And you start seeing weird things go on in front of you, and that's when it clicks, and you're like, oh wow, I'm not even here. Like I'm not even part of this world, And once you come out of the world, you realize you're not even part of the world, and the world is not for you.
How is the world against you?
Me personally?
Uh-huh.
Personally, I don't feel like it's directly against me personally. It's just
You guys got to remember, this is a fellowship. All right, I'm not the teacher.
I
This
thought
is
you were
Jesse.
teaching
Take
me
away,
right now.
Reverend. We're fellowshipping. So I want you to know that you know that you know that you know that you know. So don't be sitting up here looking all crazy, like you're expecting me to teach you. All right.
But yeah, not directly, but just mostly like he was saying with billboards, you just see weird stuff, and you're like, I don't know about that. Like that
So what
doesn't
now?
make sense. Just when you see weird billboards or, you just see random things around that just movies don't make sense or.
So the world is against you by way of billboard and movies?
No, not. I'm saying everything that's immoral. It feels like it's against you. You don't vibe with it. It's like trying to get to you, or someone's saying they're telling you something like
So-
oh hey did you know this, or they're telling you something in your ear and you're like you're not helping me by telling me that, So it feels like people are just random. It's not the actual person, but it feels like the devil through them is that spirit.
What?
Is that good?
What?
Yeah.
What made you think it's against you?
Me? Oh well, yeah. I guess in that sense, it's not. It's against my spirit, but not. Well, it's just against everything I'm about. I guess you could say. It's not like a personal thing. It's just.
What are you about?
What am I about?
You say it's against everything. And I'm doing this because I want you all to, God said, think on these things, right? Yeah. Don't think about what you're going to wear, what you're going to eat, where you're going to sleep, if you move to Florida or Texas or Hawaii or somewhere, right? Think on these things, Hawaii. So, and so, how is it against you?
Against me?
Oh, you said your morals? No, you said what you're about?
Yeah,
what are you about?
I'm about God. I'm Christian. Yeah.
And how are you about God?
Just following His will and His will. Just with silent prayer.
Okay.
These all sound good, but it's pretty simple. Like everything's real simple. You just kind of go through your life, but that's why.
Can we kill the baby?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's pro-life. But the way it just you're just trying to live through life, right? As a Christian, you're living through life. Everything's kind of flowing, but as you're flowing through life, you could see all the things kind of coming to try to attack you. If you know what I mean. So it's not like a personal attack. It's almost like a virus just doing its thing. It's not anything personal. It's just a virus. Like, oh, I'm gonna there's somebody I can kill. If that, I don't know if that makes sense.
Okay, it makes sense to you.
today, yeah.
Okay. All right, right here first. Did you have your hand?
Yeah, I just wanted to add what he was saying.
Okay, then I'll come to you. Okay.
Yeah, I just wanted to add, I think.
So you believe the world is against you?
Yeah, because the world is of Satan, and Satan is the god of this world. So anybody that follows
This
God.
is so deep. Are you like life right now? Go ahead.
Anybody that follows God or tries to follow God, or they're being constantly attacked. So yeah.
And so the world is attacking you?
Attacking the children of God, yes.
How about you?
I am a child of God.
And so the world is attacking you?
Yes.
In what way? Is there somebody in the world that's attacking you, or is there another
It's spiritual.
billboard?
Satan is the god of this world. Like he was saying, billboards, movies that we watch, right? Everything that's coming out, like it's just so dark and so evil. These little seeds that they plant on people, like this whole new generation that thinks they're bisexual or transgender and things like that.
Is that an attack on you?
On the individual, of the human
about
being.
you?
Sure.
Oh, that's an attack. In what way is that an attack on you? See, the reason I'm pushing this, do I feel like I'm pushing it? Because you are an individual. And if you make the world you, then you're of the world. So that's what I'm asking. Is it is the world attacking you?
Yes.
In what way?
I think because we represent, I don't know, just human beings.
Who are we?
I know I keep going back to we. Yeah, again, everything that God stands for, he's being attacked and I'm his child. So yes, I do feel like it is personal, sure.
So you feel that the world is attacking you and God?
It's attacking God. And as a follower of Christ, therefore we are attacked. I don't know, I just
Who are
believe
we?
that. Human beings that represent God, you could say, right? Like the family, for example. That's why you push this message of the order, right? So
And
yeah.
so how are you, keep it on you, how are you
All right,
attacked by the
sure, me
world?
as a woman-
As long as you don't give me any personal stuff, but just you as a woman,
Yeah.
who's attacking you as a woman?
All right. Well, I mean, if you want to talk about the fallen state, what we were taught, like at the university, at school, public school, what gentleman is going with his child, right? Like, they're attacking just human beings and the righteousness, how we're supposed to live.
Who?
The world.
Who is the world?
Satan.
And what do you mean by that?
What do I mean by that? It's the evil spirit. He is the God of this world. He controls this world.
And what do you mean by that?
It's pretty obvious.
Is this what, I mean, anybody have a problem with me trying to find out how she's thinking? Oh, okay. Is it causing you to examine yourself right now? Oh, good. You're going to be your own man or woman this year. Come hell or high water. Go ahead. And so how is the world, you said Satan is the God of this world?
He is the God of this world.
And so the God of the world is attacking you.
Yes.
And how?
You could say, me personally, I guess in my life, like temptation, evil thoughts that cross my mind. Sure, I don't know, that way.
So Satan is the God of this world.
Yes.
And Satan is attacking you like that.
Sure, yeah. That's one
And
way.
so how is the world attacking you if Satan is attacking you?
I don't understand that question because I don't know exactly, I don't understand that question that you're asking
okay.
me.
All right.
But I do believe that Satan is the God of this world and he works through his minions, right? And it's all spiritual. It's all spiritual.
Okay. Amazing. Let me take Hassan first, and then I want to take here. I think I saw your hand, and I'll come back around. Oh, right here too. Okay. Do you feel that the world is against you?
No.
And why not?
Because you pretty much kind of just answered it. What is that?
I didn't want to answer it.
I know that that's why I wanted to do it before
you
you said
raised that
answer. That once you only feel like the world's attacking you if you are wanting to be of the world.
And what does that mean to if you wanted to be of the world?
So like Christ said, I've overcome the world. So if you are in that light, you're not affected by the world. So it's not, there's no like validation of the world or acceptance of it.
So you don't feel that the world is attacking you?
Not at all.
Oh, okay.
And I think that all of us, it forces people back to God the worse it is. There's like a scripture about
Some of her best days were my worst.
It says somewhere, even the bad works for the good.
Yeah. So what now?
Even the bad works for the good.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So like even whatever is going on in the world, it pushes the people of the light closer to God because of all that. So,
Most people don't though.
Right.
Most of them push them off the mountain.
Yeah. But it's a narrow road, like
Yeah,
you said.
absolutely.
So I think that if you're not of the world, it can attack you. And if you feel like it's attacking you, you're still of the world.
Oh,
It's your
okay.
ego being attacked by it.
Okay. Amazing. Yes, sir. You believe that the world is against you.
Well, it's a building on of both Hassan's and previous answers. So,
But don't give what he said. I want to know how you see it.
I'm giving it, but it's going to be some overlap. So, Satan is the prince and the power of the air. He sets up systems in the world. He influences people through his evil spirit. He sets up evil systems, and he works through people just like God works through people. And you've talked about this in other times. It's how he tries to, through thoughts, he tries to pull people back into darkness. People that are, say, born again. He tries to pull you back down into the darkness. Or you've been pulled into the darkness and you don't even know. That's what you describe as the fallen state, using your words.
Don't be quoting me. No, I'll mess with you.
You're not my mama.
That's right.
So, is Satan trying to attack me? He's trying. But once I've been born again and forgiven, his attacks are no longer effectual. They don't work anymore. Because, as was pointed out, God has said, hey, if you are of me, if you are my children, I give you the power to overcome the world. So the world is, here's an example. The world is trying to make me take a shot that I don't want to take, right? And I'm just going to say no. My answer is you can put that jab in my cold, dead body. That's where I'm standing. So I've already prepared myself. I'll go through whatever I got to go through, and the chips are going to fall where they're going to fall.
Amazing.
So, but I don't care what they try to do to me. I'm just going to stand firm. So that's where they're trying to attack me, but it's not working.
Oh, okay.
Because I can
and when
remain
you say
calm
they,
and not.
you mean who?
The system of the world, right?
What's the system?
We have a governor that's trying to mandate jabs in the state. They're actually meeting right now. They started a new legislative session.
Oh, the system like that.
The
okay.
system of the government that has been taken over by the evil of this world.
Okay. Amazing. Let me go here first, then here and here. Have you ever thought about this question before? Like, is the world against me? Or you or whatever? Yes. Is the world against you?
Biblically, I say yes.
And what do you mean by that?
Well, Jesus said, the world hates you. The world hates me, he'll hate you also.
Yeah.
And if you're about your Father's business, which is telling the truth, walking in the light, living out of love, the world hates that. And how the devil attacks me personally is by enticing me to sin, to give in to lower nature, to get off the path that God called me to be on.
And so, and what does it mean to be of this world? And when you said, Jesus said, if they hate
I would say to be carnally minded. And so that's like living for the flesh. And this may sound like some old churchian talk, but so like just giving in to impulses, desires, like anything that's contrary to the word of God. You know, it may seem like rewarding, pleasing, gratifying, like all these sins that are involved with it, to go that way.
And that's what it means that the world is against you, to you?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Just trying to lead me astray. Hey, you know, come on the broad path. It's fun over here. We're having a good time.
Okay. Yes, sir.
So my answer to that question would be, I don't think the world's against me. I think devil's just against God, and his way is to try and perverse any of God's creation, which is, you know, I guess perversing us to sin, to stray away from God. But he's always hated humans, you know, always saw us as puny and insignificant. So I don't think I'm ever that important, you know, to the devil himself to say that he's personally attacking me. He's just.
So you don't believe that the world is against you?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I think he's just, you know, trying to, you know, stop as many people from getting to God as he can, but he's not really targeting me. He's just targeting whoever he can.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I don't think the world's against me, but I do think the world thinks I'm against them.
What do you mean by that?
For example, certain beliefs I have. You know, some people might call me a misogynist, a woman hater, you know, homophobic. You know,
Your
things
wife
like
call you misogynist?
Oh, no,
Oh.
not my wife.
You
No.
can't tell me what to do.
I'll say one thing, though.
misogynist.
You know, I do understand when you say, your wife will get it 50 years later and then you die.
Yeah. You about to die?
No. I mean, I kind of see what you mean by that.
Yeah.
In that, she's a good wife, but
Oh, you must. He want to tell the truth, but
Yeah.
he got to butter the ego
Right.
a little bit. She's a good wife, but
there's a but.
instead of going right and saying what it is, he got to make her feel good,
Right.
and then make her feel bad. Oh,
Right.
babe. No.
Right. But
He like, don't get mad, honey. We got to travel back home.
I mean, I believe it's in the woman's nature to just challenge everything.
What do you mean by that?
It's just their nature, just to challenge, for example, a wife and a husband.
Oh, okay.
A
She
wife-
challenged everything.
Yeah, just to challenge your authority, you know.
All right.
So I think it's that nature.
How do you deal with that now?
Oh, I deal with it with love.
You don't get angry?
No, not at all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We've not had an argument or a fight in like 4 or 5 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, our first.
You must really been nice.
Yeah. But I mean, I still correct her. You know.
Yeah.
I still correct her in a good way.
Oh,
in
okay.
you know, non-judgmental way.
And so as far as the world being against you, you say what now?
I say no.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely not.
And so you challenge your husband, and you sitting there looking so beautiful and innocent.
Sometimes.
and why?
I mean, when I'm not aware, that's when I do it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Amazing.
But I'm wrong for that.
Yeah. So do you believe the world is against you?
I think the world is against God, like you said.
And what do you mean by that?
That the world is against God and I am for God. So I do think world is against God, so it is against me as well.
And how do you know you're for God? What does that mean?
I mean, I believe in God. I have faith in God.
And the proof that you believe, and it just is just to make you think.
Yeah.
And also help us. How do you know you believe in God? And you're like 100% sure about it. How do you know that?
Because I can see now when I used to be blind,
Yeah.
unaware of everything around, unaware of the truth, but I can see the truth now.
Oh, nice. Did you go and forgive your mother and father and all that good stuff?
Yes.
How did that go?
It was okay. My mother was defensive, like every woman. But I mean, I don't think she understands, but yeah, I did it anyway.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll continue with your challenge.
Will do.
I'm glad you're here. Yes, TJ. You believe the world is against TJ?
No, I don't think the world is against me.
Why not?
Well, because I think that God is always with me, to answer that question. But in the culture in general, like Tupac had an album that came out in the 90s called Me Against the World. And like they've been trying to put Tupac. And they've been trying to push.
Oh, that rapper guy, right?
Yeah.
Where is he now?
He's dead. You rest
No,
your
okay.
case. Exactly. But it's like they tried to push this victim mentality on us. Like you can never win. You can never get ahead. Like why would you even try? Because no matter what you do, the system is against you anyway. And like they tried to push that, and I just don't agree with that.
Okay.
I think that anything is possible with God. So no, I don't think the world is against me.
All right. Interesting. Hermes, do you believe the world is against you?
Oh yeah, it's me against everybody. No, I hadn't really thought about it, but sitting here thinking about it, I think it's not against me personally at all, but it's against God. So,
And what do you mean by that?
By what? Which part?
It's against God.
I mean, it's against the things that, morality, what's right, Christianity. So it's against those principles and ethics, but I don't feel like it's against me personally.
So the world means family members and everybody out there, right?
That's how I take it, yeah.
And so when they are against you, you're thinking they're against God?
Yeah, I mean, it's not, I don't really take it's not personal.
So what now?
It's not personal.
You don't take it personal?
No.
And so you don't think they're against you, you think they're against God?
I just think they're against the truth, yeah.
So how many of you, when you're under attack, whatever it may be, you're thinking at the time, oh, they're against God? Do you be thinking that at the time?
I mean, they may not be
or they're
in the
against,
moment.
somebody said morals, they're against my morals. Anybody ever think that way? No? Okay.
I mean, it
very good point, though.
In the very moment, I mean, there's definitely a temptation to think, oh, they're like, dogging me out or talking behind my back, and it could feel personal, but I think if you step back and you're kind of aware of what's going on, you can see that it's not really personal.
Okay. So you don't believe the world is against you, you believe it's against God?
Yeah.
And because you believe in God, it looks like against you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Amazing.
But I don't feel it's personal at all, like a personal attack.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Amazing. Let me take here, then here. And we'll move on because we're going to end on time, start on time. I'm black, but I ain't that black no more. Not late black. Right here. Oh, did I see your hair?
You did, but I'm good if I don't talk.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Okay, so first thing
You believe that the world is against you?
No, not at all.
And why not?
I used to, but like literally 2 weeks ago. But
How about the billboard signs and the
no,
movies
the
and
thing
things?
is that, well, I always go back and forth with this, and this is why, because I think there's a fine line in between, like, okay, you're with God and you have to have no opinion about things, right? Like you feel like the world is against you when you think that you are something important, or that you think that you're this, or you think that you're that, or you think that you have morals, or you think you have this and you are this, and you're like kind of like having an opinion about yourself. That's why God tells you, okay, let go of all the opinions about yourself and just give everything to me, because if you give everything to me, I will fight your battles. I will do everything, right? So it's not my battle anymore at all, because I have no identity whatsoever, But at the same time, that's why I go back and forth on this, is like he says, okay, don't hang out around evil too much, you know? He says that, right? So how I see it is, because I think...
Yeah, be careful what you hear. Don't hang
Yes.
out evil because it will possess you.
Exactly. So I think, yeah, the war is not against me, right? But and I shouldn't be trying so hard to like, oh no, there's evil there, I have to go because I can't fight. Like, you shouldn't try so hard to like get out of situations just because, oh, they're against me or they're gonna affect my morals, because then you are tripping about your ego then, right? But you should also be, to me, how I see it and how I came to see these 2 weeks, is you should also be aware of how much time you're investing in somewhere, you know, that is evil. There is evil around, and that's when. But it's not personal. It's not that the world is against you. It's just you have to become strong, but you also have to become aware, and it's like a balance between that.
Amazing. Did you want to say what you want to say?
I was just gonna say,
Do you feel like the world is against you?
personally,
Against you, yeah.
me.
Yeah.
So I have had situations, I'm a Trump supporter, so I've worn Trump shirts where I've gotten kicked out of places. So I felt that I couldn't express myself, which it's my right, I'm from this country. So in that sense, I do feel that the world is against, because I can't go and express myself for what I believe in. So if I can't do it in this country, where can I do it? So in that sense, go ahead.
No,
sorry.
finish your point.
Yeah, no, so in that sense, I'm for law and order. So if I wear anything that represents that, I'm looked at the wrong way, and I'm scared now to go out and wear a Trump shirt or anything like that, because they're against the majority. It feels like the majority is against it. But deeper than that, I think it's spiritually.
And you're afraid of what?
I don't want to get kicked. I'll fight back, but I don't want to get beat up. I'm not.
Amazing. Okay.
Yeah.
And when you say the world, who do you mean, or what do you mean?
Well, when what goes through my mind is I live in this country, so when you say the world, I'm thinking just my surroundings.
Oh, okay.
Where I live, where I don't connect with people from Spain or from Costa Rica or from Mexico. I connect with people from LA. This is where I'm from.
So the people from LA are against you?
When I represent something that I believe in that they don't agree with, they're very aggressive against it.
Okay.
When I have the right to express myself the way that I want to.
Amazing. Okay. Nice. Right here, all the way from Detroit. Do you believe that the world is against you?
No, I don't.
You don't, and why not?
Because I'm in the world, but I'm not of it.
Meaning what?
I'm just a son of God living in the world, and all the things that go around really don't affect me. I don't allow them to.
So nothing affects you?
No.
Ever, ever, ever?
Not anymore.
Never, 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 ever, ever?
No.
Anymore?
No.
Okay. And so because of that, you don't think that the world is against you?
No, they're not.
Oh, okay.
They can't affect me. They can't change the way I am or change how I feel or believe. It's a beautiful way to live.
Okay. And someone mentioned morals. Do you have morals?
Yes.
And what are your morals?
My morals come from God.
And what are they?
To be a son of God, to be holy, to be righteous, and to just be.
Okay. Amazing. Very, very interesting. Anybody want to add to that or no? Okay. The one thing I want you to know is that I don't quite know what people mean when they said, and I've heard this all my life too. It's not like a new saying. The world is against me, right? But the world is not against you. Satan is against you. And the same Satan that is against you, that spirit of Satan that is against you, is happening in the rest of everybody else in this world, right? And so, because they don't understand that Satan is operating through them, the voices and the feelings and blah, 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 they believe that you are against them. and like you believe that they are against you. And so when you believe that, you have this battle going on between one another because you think that it's the person that are against you, when it's really, really not. It's evil that is against you, and then it's outside of you too, and others that are against them, but they think it's you. But that's how Satan operates. You don't know, some of you know now because you're more aware, that the exact same spirit that's in your mind and body and makes you feel the same way, it's the exact same spirit that is happening in others. And if you really, 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 really see that and see it clearly, when the spirit of Satan in them, whether it's family member, whomever, no matter who it is, right? It's like KT was saying about his wife. He doesn't argue with his wife. They haven't argued in 5 years because he can now see it's not my wife. So when you can see that, you can love your enemy. You can love anything or anyone that goes against you because you clearly see what's going on with you, and you know that you see that that's what happened in them. And because you see it, there's no reason for you to attack back. There's no reason for you to run. There's no reason to be afraid because everybody and their mama are afraid. There are so many people fear nowadays, it blows my mind, right? But when you can see what's going on, you can know that, and it's the light of God that allows you to see it. That's why you want to, these questions about, this biblical question, how many thoughts you have per day, being aware of those thoughts, just being aware of them. When I asked you to be aware of your thoughts, how many you have a day, that alone will cause you to see that it's not you. As someone said, it's really not you, because just being aware of those thoughts let you know it's not you. It's just God, the light of God separate you from it. He renews your mind. He's working on the mind, right? And he said that he would renew your mind. And a part of that renewing is to be aware that you're not those thoughts. And when I asked to let this be the biblical question this week, some of you became aware that, wow, that's not I'm having all these crazy thoughts. That's not me. It's not me. Just practicing being aware. That's why I said, wherever your body is, be with your body. Your body is right here in that chair right now. It's not down south. It's not at dinner from last night. It's not thinking about what's going to happen later. So if you could be present with your body when you speak and everything, I'm telling you, you will see that it's all evil. And then the evil inside of others, like it is inside of you, it needs someone to fight with. And then when the evils are fighting one another, the ego makes it feel like it's better than you. Or your ego makes you feel like you're better than this person, right? Oh, I'm a moral person. I dare this immoral person attack me, right? And so I want to encourage you to be aware of that. Practice being aware is mind-blowing. You're going to see what's going on in others, and when you see it, you won't hate. You won't attack back or anything, and then you will see that something is helping me here. That's when God will step in. When you just let it be, without putting up any resistance, any fight, then you're all in, and as someone said here, you start to see that I have this wrong impression of myself. I'm not free of this, and he would take all that away from you. And that's what's of this world, this false image, this false holiness, this false Christianity. You shouldn't, yes, I'm a Christian. That's how you identify who you are, right? As far as believing in Christ. But you should just see that you are a living being. You're just life with no attachment to anything but God. Really. Your attachment would be to him, but you got to let all images of the world go. All image. And when you become aware of these thoughts, no matter what it looked like, how bad it seemed or how good it seemed, then he is renewing the mind, and he is taking away all of the fake images that you have of yourself. Then you will see that you ain't that important. Really. You ain't that important. What you worried about? You ain't important anyway. When you dead, they're going to bury you and forget about you. Really. Now they'll burn you. They'll throw you in a flame or a hot fire, burn you up, and they forget about it. Go home and have a little celebration. Oh, he or she was so nice. That was such a nice person, huh? I'm going to miss them. They're not going to miss you. Not at all. They're going to move on and try to destroy someone else. Really. They're not going to walk around every day saying, Lord, I sure do miss Aunt Emma. Really, there is no love in this world. It's all fake. And you have a false image of yourself. Even with the morals and values that you try to hold on to them, don't try to hold on to them. You can't hold on, you shouldn't hold on to anything. Once you're in the light and you are born with the Father, you're a living being, He'll take care of it. He really will. But you got to get rid of the false images of yourself. And so the hell in others and even in you, don't fight with it. Don't fight. It needs you to fight back. It's like when you fight back, if you get angry, they get you really, really angry. You know how when you're in a fight with family members or whomever, they get you angry, they feel so good. It's like you're getting high. Oh, I just got that person's life. Have you noticed that? And if you don't get angry, they'll keep prodding and poking and poking. And they'll say, you don't care because you're not acting like you care, right? As long as you're not angry, they're going to push and push, just like you do to them. They push and push and push until they finally get a reaction. That evil spirit in them or in you, finally get a reaction. It feels better. It feels like life. Oh, I'm better than you. I got you mad. I got a little life. Even if they can't make you mad, they'll get all nice to you. You know, you want to go to lunch? I'll pay for it. I'm sorry for being mad because you're so nice. Oh, wrong, but you're so nice. And as soon as you give in to that, they got you. Have y'all noticed that in your own personal life? I really want to encourage you to pay attention to you. It's mind-blowing what you got to see. Have no image at all. No image of being moral or not being moral. No image of being a child of God or not being a child of God. Because Satan will play on you with that. I'm a child of God. I dare you attack me. All right? So the world is not against you. The world is fighting the same spirit is dealing with them as it is with you. And it needs life from you. It really does. That's how the evil stay alive. But if you have no image of yourself, if you're of love, nothing can touch you. If you're being touched, it's the ego being touched, not you. As someone said. The real you cannot be touched in the light of God. It's impossible. You are never, ever, ever, the real you never touched by the world. Anyone. When you're touched, it's the ego. It's all ego. And it'll make you do everything, anything to try to get life. Don't give in to it. Relax. That makes sense? Why y'all looking crazy? Oh, you're listening? Oh, okay. But you gotta practice being aware, stop being so distracted. Because Satan is constantly wanting to get in there. He'll take, like the young lady was saying, well, isn't some thoughts are good to kind of not bad, not good? Like when you tell us to watch our thoughts, right? You can remember that through the intellect, but don't hold on to it. Oh, I remember Jesse said, watch the thought, but let it pass. It's all ego, it's not you. That's why you're not your own man, you're not your own woman, because you have a false image of yourself. Besides not being taught by your parents while growing up how to become that way. But you got to let it all go. And never, ever, one thing about it, I want to say never, ever, 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 but never fall to anger. Once you have been born again of the Father, and your heart is changed from anger to love, from hate, because that's what it is. It's impossible because you have a brand new heart. So it's impossible to get angry anyway. All right? Smoke on it. Don't really smoke, boy, you little potheads. I don't really mean smoke. I mean, let it be. Did you have your hair? Yeah. Okay, here then, here.
One thing I did notice was is I think when you get God's love, because you said the world doesn't have love, you start to notice all the things that people try to love you with. It just kind of seems like you're just like, whatever. Like I don't
You
even
see that it's not true. It's not real. It has no value.
Or like, someone, they'll call you off the phone or whatever. Oh, I love you. And you're just like, yeah, kiss my ass or whatever. Because you don't care about it.
What'd you say?
What's that?
Did you curse?
No.
Oh, yeah, okay.
No, I wish.
When I was growing up, I didn't hear too many women, but I heard no men telling people when they get ready to hang up, I love you, I love you, I love you. It's everywhere now. And it's not even real love. It's just a feeling love.
You could tell too. Or you see it. And then they, and also with
because soon they
compliments.
hang up, I hate that person.
Yeah, or with compliments as well. Someone compliments you, and then like when I was younger, people would compliment me, and I was like, whatever. But then they were like, oh yeah, you just don't like you don't like yourself or something. So when they compliment you, you just don't care about yourself. And I'm like, it's not that big a deal. So
human beings are so fake, I don't know what to do with it. They're so fake, but you won't know that until you pay attention to you. Really, then you will see.
Do you know those 5 love languages? Are you familiar? Have you heard of that? Have you heard about that?
5 love languages?
The 5 ways that you can show love.
Oh, no, I've not heard.
Is gift, words of affirmation, quality.
Oh, hold on a minute.
yeah, she jumped out of turn, but it's okay.
No, it's because I was all wrapped up
5
into that.
love affirmations?
No, 5 love languages. So
Okay.
this is how you give love or how you like to be given, right? It's a book that talks about it, and even in relationship therapies, there's like, oh, did you find out her love language? Oh, it's words of affirmation. You should be telling her every morning, you look beautiful, you do this. So
whoever came up with that hate you.
yeah, but I used to be
That's
all
an
wrapped up into
example of evil hating you. It's
Yeah.
setting you up.
It's like setting people because it's like
Yeah.
words of affirmation is one. Quality time, you have to spend time with the person they like. That's how you show them love. What is that? Giving gifts and touch, physical touch, and acts of service. So either of them, like you're saying, oh, I have this love.
And
They
people
even have
take
an app.
money to take those classes.
They
huh?
even have an app. Yeah, they even have an app that just says, oh, my wife is
an
an
app?
app about it. So you can count how many times a day you have given love languages to your.
Amazing. And people pay buku money, hundreds of thousands of dollars, and they come out feeling like love.
Jesse, that author, his son committed suicide. Just
What?
FYI.
The author's son committed suicide.
Nice. See how much that love work, huh? Yes, right here.
I was when you mentioned right now about being born again and not having the anger, is the vices an expression of anger of some sort? Like if I'm born again and I have vices, where are the vices coming from?
You still have anger?
Well, I have vices.
But do you have anger?
Yeah, I guess, yes.
Listen, with the vices, don't identify with them. It's not you. That's what I'm telling you. It's all ego. And ego and false teachers want you to believe that is you. And so you start fighting with them. You start judging yourself with them because you think it's you. It's not you. The real you have no vices. The one that returned to the Father and just become life, you just life. There is no you. So you got to stop. Even though it hurt, you could feel it in the flesh. It's of the flesh, right? But it's not you. It's it that made a home in you when you became angry, and you reached out into the world for comfort. And what makes you feel good for a while, then it doesn't. Then you look for another vice and another vice. It's spirits that made a home in you. It's not you. Is it hard to see that it's not you?
A little, because I see that I just think that the vices is something that you can control to a certain extent. Like you can say, excuse me, you can say no.
That's all ego talking.
You can, like, if I grab a cigarette, I can easily say, you know what, I'm gonna say no to the cigarette, put it down. But I choose not to because
you may say no to that first one, but an hour later you're smoking 5, back to back. And that's because you think that you're in control. You think that you can do something. You think, and it's not you thinking that. That's the ego. It thinks it has power and it doesn't. But because you're so connected to it, you think that is you. You can't do anything. You have no power. You are weak. That's why you need the power of the Father. You return to the Father. You can't do anything about it. And by you identifying with it, you think it's you. I'm taking credit because I didn't smoke the first cigarette. But let's say you don't smoke the first cigarette. You're going to go have a major meal. You're going to get drunk. Is something going to substitute that ego that you walked away from, the vice thing? You'll replace it with something else.
So then what are you being saved from when you're born again?
You've been saved from playing God. You've been saved from the ego that's not you. You've been saved from thinking that you are important. You've been saved from thinking that you can do something about anything. You have a false image of control and of power. You've been saved from that. And you will see that there's nothing you can do about anything. You've been saved from the ego, which is that of Satan, playing God. Your heart is being changed from
I'm going to smoke on it.
Your heart is being changed from hate to love. So and anyone that has anger at all, Satan is your daddy, whether they admit it or not. You've been saved from that by admitting in the heart that you're wicked and playing God.
And I have one more question. Can we separate the message from the man? Like, can we see that somebody is speaking truth but may not be living righteously?
You can, if you don't put the human being on a pedestal, whether man or woman, if you just see them, but the mind is so tricky, which is not your own. If you just see them as a person with a message, it's like what Christ was saying when he was here walking the earth, right? Christ was saying that, like he would go around, he would heal, and then people would like be overwhelmed. Oh, you're this and you're that, and you're wonderful, you're God, whatever they were saying. He said, no, it's not me. It's the Father that's in me. He is doing the work. And greater work shall you do, because if you see that it's not you, but the Father that's in you is doing the work. So if you could take once you really, if what the person is saying is true and it registers in you, not in your intellect, but in you are going to get it in the intellect for a minute, right? But if it registers in the spirit, that's God that allowing you to see it. If you pay attention to that, you will see that it has nothing to do with the person, but it's God that's in you. Because no human being can make you see the truth. Only God, and it's like, oh, that makes sense. It's only God that is causing it to make sense to you. There's not one human being on earth that can make anything make sense. If a human being is capable of making you think it makes sense, then that human being is your God, whether you admit it or not. You've just given all your life to that person. But when you see the truth, when the truth was revealed to me about I needed to forgive and that of myself I could do nothing, that was it for me. because it was revealed to me. And I had been looking for it for a long time, and no human being was able to give it. But when I asked God, what's wrong with me? Why can't I be, strong, overcome these emotions? He the one changed it. And so 32 years ago, it just got better and better because he's guided me and guided me and guided me and guided me because he's allowed me to see what's really going on. But had I fallen for another human being, I would just go from one human being to another human being. I would go from one leader to another physical leader. And that's because even if you're not aware of it, you have, what Satan have, put that person above you, and you might not be aware of it. That's why you need to be aware. And then when you disagree or whatever, you don't look for another human being to follow. Because what the ego does, as soon as the ego is offended, you got to find someone else that go along with the offense. You got to build an army. And then you feel better about judging. Because you don't really see it. Some people see the truth, but they don't hold on to it because they're still looking on the outside. Do not look on the outside. It's all on the inside. It is ego, it's not you. And so you be aware, you will see if it's what's really going on with you. God will show you. All right? You doing the silent prayer?
Yeah, I do. I do the silent prayer. I think it's just recently there's just been some things that have been talked about that have just,
Stop listening to it. It's like, well, this y'all, be careful what you hear, because you're growing and Satan is busy. And you find yourself back in your head, now you doubt everything. And you forget that you're in your head again. And you think what you believe in is you believe in it, and that is true, and you need to be into that. Be careful what you hear. All right? Anybody else? Yes. We're going to end on time, come hell or high water.
This is like off topic, but so I read, I occasionally open the Bible and I read a passage or something.
Yeah.
And it said something about like you're not supposed to eat pork. I don't know if you've ever talked about that, but are you not supposed to? Like, are you? So I was just wondering.
I've heard that too. I don't know if that applies to the New Testament or not, but I know in the Old Testament, is that right? They didn't eat pork because pork is like.
It said it was like unclean, right?
Very unclean.
So.
I know one day. I know that one day evil spirits went in,
Right, and I remember that.
Entered into the pigs. Right. And I think it has something to do with that. I'm not sure. But we grew up on pork. We used to raise hogs.
And they're not really dirty. They just how they kept. That's what
Yeah.
They're not really dirty.
They're not dirty?
How they kept.
Oh, okay. Well, we used to raise them, and then in the wintertime, we would go out and cut the throat. Wasn't that like fun? First we would take the axe, the back of an axe, and we'll hit them in the head, right? And then they'll fall out, and while they're kicking. And then we would clean them and all that, and packing them up for the winter food. That would be called torture today or something, right? Yeah. But that's all I know about that. It's something like that. But
okay.
Okay, you want to comment on that? Okay. And then I saw your hand, Hermes, and then we got to end it.
Those type of things in the Old Testament, my understanding is that are ceremonial. As Christians and believers in the New Testament, we're not called to follow those type of ceremonial things.
It's all about the spirit now. Right. Instead of the. It's like when you go to church, or it's like when you. Yeah, tradition stuff. Yes.
So I was a little unclear about actually two things. One is just a follow-up on her question about when you overcome anger, right?
Right.
You overcome anger, then you should be overcoming your vices. Is that true?
You can't, but he will.
Right.
You
So
know, he
they
will.
go hand in hand.
But if you have in your mind how that works, it doesn't work the way you think it works.
Okay.
It doesn't at all. Because I think a lot of Christians now that I didn't know before realize they think the moment God changed their heart, that all the vices are gone. That's not true. It's the heart that's changing, and now you grow in the Father, and He will cause everything else to happen. And that's why the focus is on the heart first. But there's this misnomer, deceit by, like that big word. I haven't heard that word in a long time. You ever heard that word? No, you ever heard that word? Yeah. You heard that word, Ernest? Yeah. I think it meant misunderstanding.
False notion.
Yeah. They think that, and the reason they think that because their heart has not truly been changed. That's why they think that. So they have this false, evil Christianity idea. And so they would judge you so that they could even feel better about being evil and wrong themselves. Because they had a false image of what God does. He changed the heart first. Salvation is of the heart. Nowhere in the scriptures or anywhere where it even says salvation is of the vice. It's of the heart. Then, it was like when Peter, or Paul, one of the guys, God called him to be one of his disciple. And he said he asked God 3 times to change the vice. But God said, no, my grace is sufficient. So God wasn't into the vice thing, He was into the heart. So He changed the heart, and after a while, the man grew and got better.
I agree with that, but I do believe that if your heart changes, you do overcome the vice. That's
when He changed, you will overcome it.
Yeah,
Absolutely. And
no
it's
doubt
not
about it.
you. As you're growing in the light changes them.
Of course.
Absolutely. Right. I got to do my brand new biblical question because I'm running out of time and I want to end on time. And I want some comments from about this new biblical question. Will this help at all today so far? Yeah? Keep your eyes on yourself, folks. Wish everybody else well. But when you understand and you can see clearly what's going on with you, you're going to understand what's going on with everybody else. All right? Brand new biblical question. Oh, what is it?
What do you call your bad decision making?
What do you call your bad decision making? You know how you make decisions and they don't turn out well? What do you call them? What do you call your bad decision making? Yes, sir. What do you call your bad decision making?
I'm not going to curse in church, but
no, don't curse.
F it.
Really? Wow. What do you call your bad decision making?
I don't have a word for it. I actually just move on from it. I can't judge it. I can't do anything about it, so I have to move forward.
Amazing. What do you call your bad decision making?
I call it a learning experience.
A learning experience.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, sir. What do you call your bad decision making?
Bad ideas.
Bad ideas. Okay. Yes.
I call them good ideas.
Amazing. Have you ever wondered about that? What do you call you paid attention to that? How you give your bad decision making a name? That's the biblical question for this week. What do you call your bad decision making? Or your decision making, period, but bad decision making. That's the biblical question for this week. I want to, any questions from the first timers about anything? You're not a first timer. Any questions from the first timer? Because I can't, I'm going to be accused of going over, and so I'll talk to you afterward. Okay. Listen, I don't care what happened, stay with the silent prayer. Stay with the silent prayer, right? God said, pray without ceasing. So I urge you to get up every morning before you start your day, wake up, look around, sit up and do your prayer. If you think you're mature enough to lay down and do it without falling asleep, do it that way. But you've got to stay with the prayer, because without the prayer, you're not going to make it. And ask God to let you see yourself. Wish everybody else well. Let them take their own path. You stay on your straight and narrow path. Don't look back. Don't look side to side. Don't look forward. Just stay present. So do the silent prayer. Forgive. Because if you don't forgive, you will not be forgiven. It's impossible to be forgiven if you have not forgiven. I'm sorry for judging you. I'm sorry for resenting. And when you truly see that you don't have the right to do that, God will change it. All right? But you got to stay with the silent prayer. We had an amazing men's forum on Thursday night. It was amazing. So thank all the guys for showing up. I really, really learned a lot from that. All right? So the third Thursday night is for ladies only. For ladies only. First Thursday night for men only. And every Sunday morning for everybody. Any other announcement, Ernest? No. Okay, we have a brand new newsletter that went out at the end of last year. If you like a hard copy of that newsletter, you can put your whatever mailing address you want to use on our website at rebuildingtheman.com. And we also, we can send you out one free, no charge. Huh? But if they want to sign up there, yeah. But the people on the online have to go online. Yeah, if you hear you want to sign up for the mail letter, or if we have a sheet up front, or if you want to be on our email list, so if we have to change, not having a meeting or something happen, we can let you know. Make sure you leave your information there, all right? All right. So listen, I'm on time today, and thank you folks out there for your donation, your super chats, and your all that kind of stuff, all right? But we need love in the world, and it ain't gonna happen as long as you have an ego. You can hang it up. People say, oh, I love you, but they're trying to kill you. Why are you trying to kill me? Because I love you. I'm doing it in love, right? They're taking on the role of God. Love your enemy, right? Thank you all so much for tuning in. I absolutely appreciate it. If you need counseling, we have the best counseling service on this side of heaven. You can either Skype, call, make it by phone, or in-person counseling. All right, so you're welcome to that. And don't forget to tune in to the Anchor Baby Show. Is it called the Anchor Baby now? I think you're stuck with that. So what? They can't hear you.
I might be.
And so for now, is it every Friday at 5?
No. I don't know. You gotta wait and see. You gotta wait and see on that one. Don't look at me like that.
Something you need to have a time so people know when to tune in. They taking this wait and see thing too far, I think. How do you wait and see what time? How would the people know?
They'll know. I'll make sure they know.
You'll make sure they know?
Yeah.
Oh, you think everybody's on your email list?
Yeah.
Amazing. All right, the Anchor Baby Show. Check it out. I don't know. Wait and see. And don't forget the Hate Report every day, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. U.S. Pacific time, and my show from 6 to 9. We got to build this network come hell or high water. It's happening slowly but surely. It will happen, all right? So thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for your support, for donating to Bond. Oh, and we remember the 30,000 matching grant? We made it. So thank you all for that. We got a little over. I don't know exactly how much over. I'll let you know tomorrow. But thank you for your support for that as well. All right, folks. Thank you all for tuning in. I absolutely appreciate it. And thank you all for coming. A nice fellowship today. Thank you.